Hello and welcome back to Making of Merle, a character for the Kickstarter video game Grey Skies Dark Waters. In this stream I am modeling a character, her name is Merle, and I've already modeled most of her and kind of detailed most of the parts, so I'm going to concentrate on finishing up this shoe here and kind of detailing that, as well as I think reworking the pants a bit, because as I'm looking at it, there's too many folds in it for regular denim. So if I was kind of studying this a bit, and there's a couple minor folds, but nothing as major as here. So I'm just going to come in with a flattened brush, turn off RGB because that's retarded. Why would I want it flattened with RGB? That doesn't make any sense. And kind of come in, also using the polish brush from time to time, just to kind of try and get everything kind of smoothed out. I'm going to go into a lower subdivision level and just try and get this to read more like denim, because I'm still not quite satisfied with how it's reading, especially the part down here. It might be that I just need to take away a lot of that detail which I sculpted, because it's too much. It's just too much. So this part, I'm okay with that. Especially the way it's hanging, you know, it's just got kind of scrunched up in there, and that's going to help it look correct when it's deforming. But a lot of these other parts I just want to kind of smooth out, not make it look as foldy, because denim just isn't a very foldy fabric. It does get creases, but it doesn't really fold the way, let's say, sweatpants would. So I want to emphasize that more and really make it clear that this is denim we're talking about, and not some sort of denim jogging short crossover band. Well, obviously it's not a band, but I was using band just because crossover made me think of band. Yeah, it's pretty dumb. But that's what this is about, is making dumb jokes. Anyway, I'm taking away a lot of this detail here. Maybe add in a couple minor things, but nothing major. Oh, I don't have mass spec polygons on. That's her leg. Yeah, it's okay if it looks crinkled, I just don't want it to look loose. I do want to kind of feel the stiffness of the fabric. And this would be so much easier in Marvelous Designer, by the way. Just saying. If anybody wants to donate me Marvelous Designer, I will make you free character models. I would love that. I would kiss you. Well, maybe not kiss you. Depends on how beautiful you are. If you're beautiful, I would kiss you. If you're not beautiful, I would give you flowers. I can only kiss beautiful people. It would make me a terrible prostitute, I know. That's just how life is. Some of us just aren't cut out for the job. I'm going to use the pinch brush just to kind of sharpen these creases. Maybe that'll make it look more like denim. Nope, I think denim has pretty unsharp creases lately. Okay, so having that have less detail makes me happy. Okay, now let's turn our gaze back to the shoes, which we were working on earlier. Anyway, I've got this part here modeled out, and something that I kind of dislike about this is the fact that it doesn't really have any thickness to it. So I'm going to try doing this with a Z brush, turning off dynamic, and just extruding all polygons. See if that does it. That does not look like it. Ah, perfect. That's absolutely exactly what I wanted to happen. And now it's perfect. Oh god, that looks so much better. Now what I want to do, now that I've extruded, I can also make this edge hard. So I'm going to go into my Z modeler brush, kind of select this edge, and go into crease mode. Just do this one edge. What just happened? No, the music's gone! What happened to the music? It's an odd way to end a song. I guess somebody wanted to have a Dream Theater moment there. Boom! My throat's really dry, so please excuse me if I take a drink from time to time. No, David, I will not allow you to have a drink. I'm gonna go in here, grab this, and pull it out a bit more. Just kind of get it into that shape. I'm gonna go into my Zbrush and also crease these edges so that they stay hard. Crease that edge. Turn back dynamic, and that looks good. Move with the BMV with the Aku curve. Turn on transparency so I can see my corner. Kind of drag that corner right where I want it. Turn off Aku curve as I continue shaping the tip of the shoe. I'm gonna go in and actually separate these sequins. Wait. Unmask points. There we go. That's looking nice. And see, where do we want to go from here? Go back to my all-star picture. Oh, literally. No, I really like this texture right here. I'm gonna see if I can figure out a way with Modeler to get this texture up here above. I think I'm got a couple ideas, but I haven't quite worked it out. It's going to be some complicated insetting, rotating, and stuff like that. So without any further ado, let's jump right in and turn off dynamic subdivision. Instead of extrude, I'm going to go with polygroup just so I can do polyloop and flat. Get these polys. Actually, I want to do a new one. There we go. And I'm going to take this polygroup, invert this, say autogroups and autogroups again. Are these connected? These are not connected. Oh, they are connected. I'm gonna grab my select direct. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna hit autogroups again. Hide this part. And same as we did with the previous one, I'm just going to say extrude, polygroup all, and then I'm not going to do any side polys. Just kind of take this, okay. And now I'm going to go back and say auto groups again. Kind of hide this, mask this, invert the mask, split on mask points, go down. So I have only this. I'm going to kind of want to get a little bit more subdivision here. How can I do this? Insert, multiple edge loops, not interactive resolution, specified resolution at, let's say, 3. Just gonna do it on all of them. Get a little bit more resolution in here. Could have used the subdivided mesh to do this, but, well, hell. Oh, heck. Go into here and say inset this, center and border, insert each poly. Oh, I want to do all of them. Now let's see how we can kind of scale this one. Go from the polygon center, make it real small like. Actually, how we're gonna do this? Because I have this now. What I want to do, maybe I can spin this poly around the polygon center. Let's just polygroup all. So I want to get that angle here. Then let's try scaling this, see what that does. Let's switch back to spin. Scale. Just would like to kind of get one of the edges of all of these polygroups scaled a little differently. Let's see if I can move polygroup all, align to normal. That's not gonna work. Maybe if I align it to axis. Nope. I am swiftly running out of ideas. What can I do? Actually, I have an idea. I'm gonna take this and... I could do an insert mesh. Yeah, I think I'll do an... down. Extrude this, but this time one step forward. There we go. And then crease, polygroup all, polygroup border. That work? Obviously not. Oh, and we have the same problem that doesn't have any thickness, which we should have thought of. All faces. Sure, all faces. That's creased. Why is it not creasing this face? Maybe if I scale it down. Polygroup all. Crease. All edges. There we go. Let's just go ahead and inflate this a bit. It's not perfect, but at least it gives a little bit of a difference. I think getting that exact shape would just be more work than it's worth. So, kind of sad, but so life is. Let me go back here and add the little Converse all-star thingy. I'm going to use the topology brush for this because extraction failed. Well, it didn't officially fail, but... what am I going to do here? I think I'm just going to go ahead and turn off dynamic, divide this, duplicate this subtool, go down to the duplicated subtool, and on this I'm gonna delete the lowers and build my tag right here. There we go. Get those edges out. There we go. Let's go to a really small size. Split unmasked points. Delete this. Okay. Now turn on dynamic again. Well, I'm not gonna be able to get this exact shape until I actually subdivide this, but what I can already do is go ahead and crease, and I should be able to just do this with a regular crease. Turn my crease down up a little more. There we go. Turn on AccuCurve just to get a little bit more control here. Okay. Now we've got a seam here, but it's not actually a... It's this thing right here. It doesn't actually look like a... I'm just trying to pull this part out with the standard brush. It's gonna be interesting. What I'm gonna do next is work on the Converse icon. And that's just a circle right here, smack dab in the middle. So I think I'm gonna still stick with the topology brush, because that way I know I just have more control. But there would be many different ways of doing this. There we go, that's even, I think. Get this a little rounder. And do a tiny bit of polish. Oh, no. Let's just try and do a bit of smooth. Just get those edges a little bit rounder. And to get them even rounder than they are right now, I'm going to actually use the insect brush. And go back to Zbrush. There we go. Now let's just kind of smooth this. There we go. You want to have that. I want to have that kind of a bit of a more smooth sticker quality to it. And I'll put the Converse All-Star logo on it when texturing. Smooth this out even more. Okay, so the other side doesn't really have anything. It's gonna have some textures. This is gonna be subdivided. I just want to make sure I have absolutely everything I need before subdividing this further. And yes, there is one thing that I missed, and that is this little strappy here. So I'm going to use a BCJ, curved insert brush, and plug it right in here. Make it a bit bigger. It's a little too small for me. I want to make it just a tiny bit bigger. Kind of like my start and end points. And whoa! I think I made my brush too. Holy cow! I don't know what is going on. Why is it doing this? Oh, wow. Why is it so large? I'm gonna go back to just what I had and be happy with this, because I'm not sure what's going on here. Just to get this in here. Split unmasked points. I like how that's a little crooked actually. I'm not just saying that I think it actually looks kind of cute. Like this, a little bit of an imperfection there. I'm gonna switch my move topological and move this one up because turn off dynamic so I can see where my brush is snapping up. There we go, dynamic. Okay. I think that's pretty much all the details we need to model. Next step is just going to be to sculpt everything and then kind of go over the whole model and see what else needs a little bit of work. I'm going to get a drink real quick. Or just take a sip from my drink. Alright. So I'm going to start off turning off this dynamic and oh my goodness, my throat. Kind of starting to sculpt this. What I like about Choose is it's such a small area. You can kind of go a lot higher in each individual subtool. Just adding these typical Converse folds. And I want to add these folds first and then add the seam so that the Stitches brush can go right across the model. But what I could do is kind of plan ahead. So I'm going to have one right here, go in this corner, and then going up. But we don't even need to map that out, that's going to be right in the... One more subdivision home, that should do it for now. So it's these little triangles between islets. I'm trying to be a little intentional about capturing those. Just working with the standard brush. Ah, something about these folds is not reading correctly. Just start putting some creases in here. Pressing 1 kind of amplifies the previous stroke. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm trying to kind of build this part right here. Unfortunately, it's not perfectly symmetrical. I was neglecting that. Seems like I kind of photographed the shoes. Yeah, well, I wasn't paying attention when I planned out that part, but that's fine. A little bit of asymmetry never killed anybody. And yeah, I think it'll be fine. See, we're currently at 43,000, we can definitely do with another subdivision. And I found this cool brush, it's kind of a crease brush. Put it in my drag brushes, and where did I go? Drag, create a seams brush. See how this brush works, I'm kind of curious. Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna actually add one more subdivision that will make it a bit bigger. There we go. That actually works really well. I'm gonna have to thank the owner of that brush. But somebody uploaded it to Gumroad and I stole it from there. Well, I didn't steal it, I downloaded it legally, but I didn't pay anything for it, so it would be good form to thank whoever did this. Unfortunately, I forget the name. I'm gonna make it a little bit more intense by adding a little bit to my Z intensity. Alright, I'm happy with that. That's actually a really nice brush. And it did its job perfectly. I'm gonna kind of mask this part out so I don't accidentally mess it up. You can see this kind of triangle pattern forming around the edge here. Here's a clay build-up brush with a round alpha and a little bit less the intensity to kind of give a little flesh to these under-sculpted areas. And give myself a little bit more Z intensity with my smooth brush. Now I'll go over everything with polish. I just feel like I overemphasized a lot of this. Also the flat. Add some subdivision levels to this, tearing off dynamic. And I'm gonna start sculpting this part right here. And there's a nice Real nice little crease here. That sound you may or may not have heard in the background is my gas heater. It provides warm water to my apartment, and it has just been doing very strange things lately. To the point where I'm gonna have to call the loan company. Not the loan company. What do you call it? Mietgesellschaft. The landlord's company thing. Who are letting me live here and make sure that they do something. Fortunately, they're one of those companies that never does anything unless you call 5 to 6 times, so not really looking forward to that at all. Why can't people just do their job? Taking reference from this photo here. Photo I'm mouse wiggling to. Oh, this is the outside of the shoe. What? Do both sides have? No. Well, maybe only the inside has the round thing. Oh well, maybe I'm a little inaccurate. They don't have to be Converse. Alrighty. I'll just add a couple more details here between the eyelids. Alrighty tidy. Yeah, it seems that this is actually on the... Oh wait, oh, this is the other shoe. Well, whatever. Can take away some of these details. This just needs to get smoothed. And the center fold, and then model some major folds into this. Add some subdivision levels. Turn off dynamic subdivision. Let's see, where do we have a nice picture? Here we go. This is gonna just have some, like I said, major folds going down. Push this in a bit too, kind of like it's really scrunched together. And I'm going to take this whole thing and move it underneath. But before I do that, I'm going to mask off this portion so that it kind of goes right over the tippy tip there. Alright, and continue right on. Get some more Damien standard crazy creases. And then just some minor creasing up here. Not as crazy. Add another subdivision level, a little bit more detail, but not too much. It's really not that visible. Alright, that's looking good. The last thing we need to sculpt is this soul, and I'm gonna just take the actual soul and move it up a bit. There we go. It's already looking a lot more realistic. Kind of got some nice detailing going on. And move more this one, make the subdivisions real. And I think I'm gonna polish it just a tiny bit. I like that smooth edge more, it's not as harsh, makes it look a little bit more organic. There we go. Now, last thing to do. Does this have? This does not have any, so I'm going to actually hide the shoelaces for this next part. Oh, where are they? It is so hard to find things. Find you. There we go. Here they are. And I'm gonna do this by going down in subdivision levels, isolating this. Actually, isolating this part, hiding all of these faces that I don't want to have part of the snap, grouping this. Now we've got two groups here. And same thing here. Go down to the subdivision level, isolate this top group here, hide the group part that I want to kind of make the seam along. Basically the stitches along. Group this. Okay. It's kind of funny how the groups it made are... Oh wait! I'm going to use this then... Okay, so... Yeah, I'm just going to work on a duplicate. Work on duplicate, delete lower. And now, get my stitches brush. Where are you? Insert multi-mesh. We have the stitches here. Now this looks like a double row of stitches, so if I'm lucky, yes I do have a double. Perfect, I need a little bit more step in my curve. Wow, a lot more step in my curve. Okay, never mind, that's just silliness. And put that back to 1.5, go into this and kind of tap it. Now we've got some stitches, but I mean, the character's like this far away, so you want to have the stitches being larger than life, but I don't think quite this large is correct. I'm going to try size 4. Yeah, that's definitely more the size that I'm going for. Perfect. Now, the next step is going to be putting those stitches around the top there. Let's see. I think I'm just going to do these manually. I mean, why the hell? Oh, it's a different size. Fuck. Okay, let me just try and snap that. Take it like this. No. You will never get them the same size, so I'm gonna guess with a size 6. That's something that would be really nice, is if Pixelogic just uniformized the stitches so that they're the same size when you draw them freehand as when you snap. I don't know why that is, that it isn't like that already, but I guess you can't have everything. Alright, I have that. Now same thing here, I'm gonna actually just isolate this part and draw them along here slowly until they go all the way down. There we go. Kind of adjusting this brush. No! I'm going to put it on top over the eyelets and then lock start and end, so I mess up as little as possible. Make my size actually make this a bit longer. No, I wanted you to extend it. No, what are you doing? You're obviously connected. Okay, accept these. Make another one right here. Okay, and then just... Okay, these lines are... They're wrong. Undo, 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 undo. I'm gonna try... Basically, they were the wrong size. And I just... Yes, don't ask me that. I always know what I'm doing. Obviously. I'm gonna try and do this in one big fat go-go. Lock start and end is on. Good, good, good. I think... Not quite sure how I'm gonna fix this problem because here, obviously the cloth goes in a little bit further than it does. It's quite a dilemma. I think the eyelets just go further out, so I'm gonna have to adjust those in a sec. Okay, that looks good. I turn off transparency and kind of keep drawing. Take this up to a higher subdivision level, go into the stitches subtool. Okay, this doesn't want to cooperate, so I'm just gonna make a couple more stitches here. Okay, accept that and manually forcefully. There we go. Same thing with this. Duplicate this subtool, go in here, delete lower. And I could free subdivision levels, but then it'll reproject them later on, and that's just going to lead to data loss. So that's why I'm not using a free subdivision workflow, in case you're wondering. There we go. And tap that, and kind of move these outward back here. It's okay if they float a little bit above the model, since this is all going to get baked down anyway. Beam stitches. Holy cow. Draw size down to 8. Draw size 4. Might be exactly double. There we go. I'm going to turn on transparency mode. There we go. I'm going to adjust this teeny tiny bit. There we go. Now, same thing on this side. Just gotta get a drink real quick. As one of my problems is that I tend to work until I collapse. And I really, really, really want to finish this model before collapsing into bed and being sick for a couple of weeks. I'm kidding. I just got randomly sick. Has nothing to do with my modeling. Just gotta get a little bit more water. Okay. Let's see, that's gonna be this side here. And here we have a tiny crosshair. Crossy cross here as well. Alright. Going to kind of do this. Split unmasked points. Delete this temporary subtool. Same thing here. Split unmasked points and delete this subtool. There we go. Now what I want to do is take these eyelets and just move them as well as I can. Not those, just these. I think I'm going to have to do them one at a time. And just kind of move them outward along the normal. And I'm getting that normal just by tapping on the mesh at that point. And shift. take this out by the normal. Same thing here. I think it's this process, that extra 10% that really will be the thing that makes model great. Because I could just kind of stick with these eyelets in the place that they were, but I want to make this good. I want to make it good. I want to make it nice. I don't want to just make it. I want to make it good. I think that's the downfall of a lot of 3D artists, is this mentality of actually wanting to do a good job with their work. And a lot of other jobs, I feel like people are just concerned with getting the work done as efficiently and fast as possible. But 3D modeler, I mean, we're artists. We love what we do. And we're not going to give up anything for the opportunity to do what we do. This is topological. Go, kind of put that in there. Inflate this a bit more. Move topological. Okay, this one's working better. Seems that when items are too close to each other, the move topological ceases to work. And these shoes, they are... How is this affecting that? Odd. Flip this a bit more, make it look like it's actually going in here. Yeah, and it just feels a lot more like a shoe now that they're in the proper place. A little bit of gravity on there. Kind of neglected this eyelet here. Is there anything else? Oh, this is on that side. There we go. Oh, I love how that looks so much more. Ah, yes. I feel a sense of relief that everything's going to be okay. This model is going to be fine. No, but seriously, I am trying to... I am rushing a little bit right now because I am trying to finish this before the sickness actually hits me. So I can kind of feel it in my bones, that kind of tiredness. My body kind of really wants to sleep. And I haven't been doing any all-nighters or anything, it's just a regular cold, but I'm not the... I don't have the strongest immune system, so... No, it's not any STDs. Just a regular dude. I'm only a space Viking. I'm only a space Viking in my fantasies. I'm not actually a super hardcore type. There we go. Frame that up again. Kind of lost my place. Here we go, here we go. Finally! And that is looking so much better. I'm going to divide this one up a bit. Turn off dynamic subdivision. Just give it a couple small creases here along the edge to make it look like it's been actually sewn in there. I'm going to use my standard brush to pull that out. Okay. Now, same thing on this side. You thought we were done. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. You thought we were done. Ha ha ha. We are just getting started. Move this out. I'm going to rotate this one a bit as well since it's not really facing that direction anymore. this one out. Go, same here. And the last one. This. There we go. Same thing on this side. Just those shoelaces. And yes, I know I'm putting a lot of work into getting these shoelaces to look right, but I think that I just feel like I really should. And it's the last thing I might do on this model in Zbrush before kind of going into the cleanup phase, so I want to do it well. And I really enjoy working on shoes. Oops, I've got asymmetry on for some reason. I kind of spotted it there out of the corner of my eye. You go into the hole. Surprised I haven't made a dick joke yet about these shoelaces going into their respective holes. How they should behave proper and go into holes like they should. I actually don't even have topological on. Okay, almost there. Just this one. Pull this down. Pull this one here. Pulling them back and forth, making sure all the layers are correct, since they are what will be defining when I bake this. Seems like the creases aren't quite correct there either. I'm gonna have to adjust that as well. I'll take down the intensity of my smooth brush since we are working at a very, very low subdivision level. There we go, kind of adjust this a little bit. Pull these out a little bit. Okie doke! Let's see. Could it be that we are done with the shoes? I'm gonna make the laces visible again. There we go, it's a bit hard to find. I'm gonna adjust these a little bit more. Actually, it's kind of a cool idea having the laces being tucked under the shoelace there, because it gives it kind of that mommy feel of she's an action girl. She tucks her shoelaces under the shoe thing so that they don't go untied. I like that idea. There we go. Pull this one out a bit, pull this out, just this. Okay. I'm gonna accentuate this beautiful crease here a little bit more. Oh, and I forgot about this. And this. I'm gonna just use the standard brush and take this above here, and now adjust the shape until it's absolutely perfect. Add a bit of a crease here, so it looks like it's actually being dragged over the bottom portion. And I'm gonna just polish this a teeny tiny amount. Just to get those edges not quite so uniform. I'm gonna pull things out a little bit here just because I want that edge to work perfectly. Pull this out. Move this eyelet out. Can I tap on this? Okay. D2. No! Just want to change the size. I know that there is also a hotkey dedicated just to the size, but the thing is that I remapped that hotkey to one of my pop-up palettes, so that's why holy cow. That was a Schulte lag. But yeah, I mapped it to one of my pop-up palettes. Gonna go ahead and take these. Let's see how time's doing. Yeah, we've got time. And make these subdivisions real. Turn off dynamic, make these subdivisions real. And just, oh, I don't have my full brush loaded yet. So I'm gonna go into my drive brushes here, and then load up the fold brush. And the fold brush is perfect for just kind of adding some shoelace inconsistency, as well as the standard brush, of course. I'm gonna make the fold brush topological, just to add a little bit of wear and tear. Just adds a couple notches to it. Same here. I'm gonna turn off dynamic subdivision level and make these subdivisions real, and then just go over everything with the full brush bit. If you want a detail span, this is the brush to do it. Which is kind of what I'm doing right now. Oh, just a lot of details. Lots of nice little noise in there. Okay. I'm gonna be happy with these shoes. Count my blessings one by one. I'm gonna check out the pants one more time. Still not quite perfect with the denim, but I guess some things will just never be. They are not meant to be. Kind of like, I'm gonna add a couple just creasy creases in between, intuitively. Like that. Here around the edges. Add a bunch more crinkly crink. Here, I could actually use a fold brush with this, without the smooth. Got a nice bit of noise there. Similar, trying to get some similar noise here with just the fold brush going over everything. It's a really great last brush to pull over the model. I have no idea where I found it. I think I might have actually made it myself. Because it was just one of those brushes I needed at that time. Switch to the jacket, go up in subdivision. Turn off my topological on the full brush. Just adding some minor creases. I'm going to take down the intensity just to... I've added crinkles everywhere. Oh, which reminds me, there is a crinkle brush. I might go and use that on the jacket, since actually this is the perfect, that is the perfect brush to use with a jacket. Though the fold brush isn't bad either. Full brush I've got a little bit more control, so I'm gonna use that first and then kind of clean up with the crinkle. Yeah. BCU. Crumple brush. Crumple, not crinkle. Yeah, this brush was made for this jacket. Just kind of move vertices back and forth, which will destroy my base mesh, but I don't think that's going to be much help to me anyway. I'm just adding a couple more crinkles where I think they need to be, kind of on top of everything. I love this brush. Pretty cool brush. It works well if your topology is nice, which obviously all of my topology is nice. There you go. She's sat on these pants before. I'm gonna crumple up this as well. Everything gets crumpled. La la la, la la la. Detail for everyone. Alright, I'm gonna switch to the hat as well. Kind of look over this one last time, see if there's anything I can do. Still not a fan of the center area. Wonder if there's any creative way I can get rid of that. Maybe if I put a tag there, like right here. I don't know if that would help. Something like that. Oh no! Oh no! Oh! Gotta grab a drink while it micro polishes. Yeah, this is definitely not looking like a helmet. What I am gonna go do is kind of isolate this and maybe add a tiny bit of polish. I guess it's fine. Shit happens. Textures get unperfectioned. I'll go down in detail and just move this a little bit more outside. But what I could do is I could kind of use the flatten brush to make this detail not quite as accentuated. So I'm using the flatten brush with some alt setting, so it's kind of pulling that out. Okay. I'd say that's it for now. The next step is going to be creating a low resolution mesh of Merle and baking all of these high resolution details onto that low resolution mesh. This is not a very pretty process. You could just say that right off the bat. So I'm not going to stream it. There's a lot of crashing, there's a lot of waiting for hours, there's a lot of real messy stuff going on trying to figure out the best topology. So the next time you're going to see me is when I start texturing her, and that's going to be in Substance Painter 2. And, right, I'll just, the way I do retopology is, one thing that is really worth seeing is the Z-Scene Manager. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take as much as I can directly from Zbrush and kind of make as many of my meshes as possible directly in Zbrush. So here, you see this glorious tool, it's the Z-Scene Manager, and yes, it works. You can completely organize your model. So here, I've got this part, and what I can do is just press... How do I rename this? Rename this. It's gonna be jacket underscore color. So that way, when I go into Substance, I'm gonna be baking by object name, and if this is going to be jacket color, I'm gonna say I actually go with this low resolution mesh, which I might. I'm not quite sure. I'll have to go through all of that and decide it on a per object basis. But it's a pretty complicated process. There's really long pauses in between, and I just figure it's not a very exciting thing to watch or stream, so that's why I'm not going to. But basically I'm going to organize everything here. I'm going to take my high and my low polygon meshes, and I can show you this after I've baked everything, just how I kind of set it up in Zbrush, and then how I took that into Substance Painter. Right. And another thing that I just wanted to talk about real quick before saying adieu is how I'm going to do these puffballs, because at the beginning I mentioned that I would be doing these puffballs with polyplanes, and I just don't think that's very realistic, because there's just too many angles that they get viewed from. So what I'm going to do is actually bake them to these spheres right here. I'm going to take these spheres, kind of project them on the polycube so they have kind of an irregular noisy surface, just like the puffballs, and then just bake everything down to it. And there's going to be nothing with opacity, no complicated shit like that. Which is unfortunate if you're looking for a more technical demonstration, but I think it's just going to look better, and it's not worth the extra effort of building up an entire baking pipeline just for these puffballs. I mean, if I was working at CD Projekt Red, I'm sure they would appreciate that kind of a pipeline, but I am not. I am working for an indie Kickstarter game, so definitely not going to. And they don't care. They just want a character. They don't care about the highest level of technical fidelity. They care about her soul. So that's my goal, is to go for the soul. And as I bake this down, that is going to be my #1 priority, of course. Little thing to the shoes, I'm going to make a new low polygon mesh and snap it all over the shoe, so this all becomes one surface, and all this detail becomes one surface. And I'm going to try as much as possible to keep the contour lines of the shoelaces and everything, but what happens happens, and if I can't, then I can't. So we'll see how much detail gets preserved in the shoes, but in my experience the best thing is just to make one shell for the entire shoe and bake absolutely everything onto it. For the pants, it's going to be kind of exciting. I think I'm going to go with an opacity map for these features, for the strips here. And if that technical self of you got disappointed with the puffballs, I am going to be baking these fibers here onto opacity planes, just because they're very unique and I feel like give it a lot of personality, so they are worth that. And there really would be no other way to get them to stand off of the model and affect the silhouette in the way they are doing right now. Otherwise, this button, I'm probably going to keep this modeled out, just it's a great detail, but all of the other stuff, the seams, the small fibers, and these down here, that's all going to be baked down onto one shell mesh with a minimal amount of thickness. Same with the jacket, it's going to become one big shell. And the hair I'm going to be taking from a previous character. I already baked some hair planes, which I'm going to use the same texture for that. So let me know if you have any questions. Give this video a like if you enjoyed watching me sculpt Merle in Zbrush. Give it a dislike if you hate me for whatever reason. And give me a comment about what you find so disturbing about my person. Thanks for watching again to everybody. And I'll see you in Substance Painter 2 next time.